And when Puff has a party, the whole town shows up.
Mr. Daddy called me to ask me to come and check out the restaurant. It looks nice. I want to get some food.
What's Mariah like in the studio?
The truth is, I mean, she produced the record with us, with Q-Tip and myself and Stevie. It's her idea. So it's like she knows what she wants, so it's not that hard giving her direction.
But I was like, oh, this person just tried to kind of like have a moment with me without being too specific, and in a studio, in the dark. And thank God I was like, ha 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 ha, and like laughed my way out of it.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay?
Mariah Carey once wore a wedding dress to one of Diddy's massive parties, if you can believe it. We'll get into photos from that night and break down other wild Diddy parties ahead and Mariah Carey Diddy party photos that were leaked to the public. It might be surprising to learn that Mariah Carey and Sean Diddy Combs seem to go way back all the way to the 90s. They were spotted and pictured together so much people thought they were dating. There were even whispers that the pair had gotten married. That was a lie, of course, and it turned out the two never actually dated either. They were just really good friends. The reason people were so sure there was something between the music artists was because Carey had publicly supported Diddy over her husband at the time. But that was because her husband was making some out-of-pocket, racially charged remarks about the rapper. So it's unclear if she was more looking to defend Diddy or if she would have just brought this same fierceness if her husband had said his piece about any other famous artists of color. There is no denying that the two were friendly though. Diddy, known as Puffy at the time, was a collaborator on Carey's 1997 album Butterfly. When Carey ultimately did separate from her husband, people and gossip sites were quick to insinuate that she left him for Diddy or that her and Diddy were in a secret relationship, but that has not been proven true at all. Many years down the line, in the modern day, the pair do not appear to be as close as they once were, which is probably a good thing. Now that that's been firmly established, that Combs and Carey never even so much as dated, we can acknowledge that wedding dress moment. It sure didn't help rumors at the time, but we all know how Carey is never one to shy away from a spectacle, and she did look really nice in the dress. The dress was a Vera Wang moment, and that had seemingly light green tulle shawl. She also wore a tiara and a variety of glittering jewelry to the event, so truly go big or go home. Was she poking fun at the marriage rumors? Who knows? Carey was pictured later in the evening in a different dress and jewelry, still stunning, this one black with a large diamond necklace. While Carey was a standout in terms of attire, there were other big names present too. Carey was pictured dancing with Jay-Z and chatting with Paris Hilton. Of course, there were plenty of other famous faces spotted throughout the night. Roger Friedman of Roger Friedman's Showbiz411.com appeared to be present at the event and gave a detailed recount of the night's activities. And some of them seem more worrying now that we know everything we do about the rapper. A November 6th article from the celebrity reporting page revealed that the party was attended by more than 1,500 people over the course of the evening. Where better to host a celebrity-filled group of that size than a Manhattan ballroom? It also explains why all the guests initially showed up dressed to the nines and later changed so they could tear up the dance floor. Some other moments from the evening referenced in the article include screens around the room that apparently played videos from throughout Diddy's life, a bunch of violinists playing for guests as they entered, ice sculptures and rose sculptures made to depict Diddy's logo, and a big cardboard birthday cake that had dancers pop out and serenade the rapper with "Hey Big Spender." Photos from inside the event that evening don't show any of these things happening, but it's not hard to imagine it did, considering lavish parties were Diddy's other main claim to fame in the early 2000s. What you can see from pictures are guests smiling away as they tore up that dance floor, so all in all it seems like it was a pretty normal party and nothing like the disturbing freak-offs that Diddy was also known for hosting. For anyone who is not aware of what I am referring to when I say that, Diddy is currently being accused of acting inappropriately towards multiple people and orchestrating what were deemed freak-offs. Per an article from BBC, prosecutors described the events as elaborate and produced inappropriate action performances. Highly organized, required that hotel suites were booked, substances were acquired, and even IV fluids were administered so the participants could recover from what could occasionally be days-long activities. Prosecutors also claim that Diddy would videotape those events and use that footage to encourage participants to keep quiet. Diddy's legal representation continues to insist that the parties involved in these events all wanted to be there. to bring things back to that November 2004 birthday party. While it doesn't appear to have dissolved into a Diddy freak-off, surprises from later in the evening seem way worse now than they did at the time. According to the account from Roger Friedman's article, the room was lined with raised levels with curtains at the back, so if guests didn't want to be on the dance floor, they could just watch it from above. Not that weird. The weird part came later. As the night went on, the curtains were drawn back to reveal beds, booths, and water-filled porcelain bathtubs. The article also states that screens started displaying the text King Diddy. The booths would be standard for party seating, but the beds and bathtubs? Why? We don't need that. Now that the public is aware of Diddy's less than savory activities behind closed doors, it makes the inclusions of the bed seem so much worse. The article goes on to confirm that in addition to the famous individuals at the party, it was also attended by performers like acrobats, but also go-go dancers and those in other similar lines of work. The article does not touch on if the bathtubs or beds were used for anything other than a break from tearing up that dance floor. The account of the evening closes out with a comment about how the party continued well into the early morning. It's unclear if any of the previously mentioned big names were still in attendance at that time. There have been instances in the past where a Diddy party such as this one eventually dissolved into a freak-off. A year after this bash, Diddy hosted an after-party for the 2005 VMAs. It was attended by people like Paris Hilton, Eva Longoria, and more. According to the US Sun, as the party switched from a nightclub to Diddy's mansion in the early morning, the famous names had long departed the event, and while in his home, the festivities had turned into a freak-off. Footage from the later half of the party allegedly shows Diddy wearing the same outfit he had been in the VMAs party pics, which is how the two events were tied together. However, there have also been parties the disgraced rapper has hosted that simply contained unsavory elements, but didn't necessarily turn into a night of debauchery. Photos from another event from 2004 have recently resurfaced online, and they have sparked their own kind of controversy. Apparently, the Japanese practice of consuming food off an unclothed woman's body was being incorporated into this evening. Photos from the evening show Diddy leaning over the uncovered, except for a leaf on her lower half, woman while eating a chocolate strawberry. The woman on the table is surrounded by candles, leaves, grapes, and more chocolate-covered strawberries. It's unclear if other guests at the event also engaged in this specific aspect of the party or just kept their distance. But the most famous type of party that Sean Diddy Combs hosted was his white party. Over the years, this party was attended by everyone from Leonardo DiCaprio to Kim Kardashian to Mariah Carey. There was a strict dress code in which everyone had to wear white. The first party was hosted on a Labor Day, so the dress code made sense, but later party dates didn't always share this holiday. Diddy actually explained in a 2006 interview with Oprah why he kept the all-white theme attire. He said, "I wanted to strip away everyone's image and put us all in the same color and on the same level." It's no wonder he wanted everyone on the same plane, considering the levels of fame severely varied. Putting everyone on that same level would also help Diddy build his brand. If you're visibly on the same level as the most famous people in the world, you've won half the battle. Many people have said that Diddy was obsessed with his image and fame, which aligns with the white party theme. A professor from the University of Virginia explained the rise of Diddy, saying that many rappers, like Diddy, hold symbolic value for the public. It's something he called the Diddy phenomenon. He further explained that as artists grow, they hold an influence over culture that makes people want to be near them. That seems to explain how Diddy became such a major player in the Hollywood party scene in particular. Diddy's white parties ended around 2009 when the rapper just stopped spending so much time in the areas where he used to throw them. But what do you think? Let us know. And if you want more about this whole situation, check out This Is Why Diddy Was So Closely Connected to Michael Jackson. Thanks for watching. Bye!